So this is something I've been starting to do. It's meditation to increase your positive um, sense of self, creating more space for you for change. Change start from within. So it's gonna have like a couple of different components. It's more like of a guided meditation using some technique that coming from some of it is yogic, some of it is technique that is more working with principle of neuroscience, increasing the capacity of the right brain. Um, and if you are not already seated comfortably, then sit comfortably. Um, whether you're on the floor or in a chair, either way will work. Make sure that your eyes are closed. And as your eyes are closed, so close your eyes. So as your eyes are closed, so start to connect to the breath. Inhale deeply, exhaling completely. Inhale deeply, exhaling completely. And come back to your normal way of breathing. Rub two fingers together in such a tension that you feel the ridges of your fingertips just a couple of times. And then rub all the fingers of on one hand with the fingers on the other hand. And relax your palms. And as you breathe, notice the temperature of air as it comes through your nostril as you inhale, and the temperature of air as it leaves your nostrils. And notice the furthest sound that you can hear. Maybe it's the rain, maybe it's beyond that. And notice the nearest sound that you can hear. Maybe notice the sound of your breath. As you come back to the breath, pick up an area that you would like to change, an area that you would like to, something you would like to resolve. Pick up an area that you like to change or you like to resolve as you inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. As you notice the area that you would like to change or resolve, eyes are closed, right? So you notice an area that you would like to change or resolve. Notice what are the conversations that you say to yourself about the challenge or area that you would like to change. Just notice those conversations and who's saying them. Are these conversations coming from a place of judgment? Are these conversations come from a place of wanting to please others or wanting to achieve things in all cost? Try to notice the conversation that you have around the issue that you want to resolve. What are their source? And you should keep connecting to the breath. Identify what are the circumstances or what are is is the weather around the issue that or the challenge that you want to change or resolve. What are the circumstances? Does the circumstances involve other people? Does the circumstances involve something else? Like, is communication missing in the circumstances? And as you keep connecting to the breath, identify if there are other people involved and what are they contributing to the situation or to the area you want to change or resolve. And as you keep on breathing, just let go of the voices, the characters, and the circumstances, and notice whether this situation you want to resolve is really important at this point in time? Do you need to give yourself more room to accept yourself in the situation you would like to resolve? Is more empathy is needed for your own space and for your own accepting of yourself? And as you give yourself more self love or self acceptance, I invite you to invite your wiser elder self in the end of your life. You invite your wiser elder self, and I would like you to ask your wiser elder self, what is important in the issue or the conflict or the challenge that you are facing right now? What is really important there? Or maybe it's not that important. And what is important in this point in time for you? Ask your wiser elder self this question. Notice your wiser elder self, their look, their posture, what they wear, how they hold themselves, and pay attention to what your wiser elder self tells you at this point in time. What advice is provided by your wiser elder self? And as your wiser elder self give you any other advice, just greet them, maybe embrace them in a hug, and just know that your wiser elder self is there for you in any given moment. And connect back to your breath. Notice your inhale and exhale. Notice the rising and falling of your chest or stomach. And as you inhale, inhale through your nose deeply and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale mouth and exhale mouth. Inhale nose and exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. And again, inhale nose. And exhale nose. Inhale mouth. And exhale mouth. Inhale nose. And exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. Inhale nose. And exhale nose. Inhale mouth. And exhale mouth. Inhale nose. And exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. And exhale nose. Inhale nose. Suspend the breath. Relax your shoulders. And slowly exhale through the nose. Notice your inner space. Notice your sense of self. And notice if there are any other suggestions that you hear about the given area that you want to change or explore. And I will ask you to think about 3 things you can do around the area that you want to change or expand or explore. And I would ask you you can open your eyes. I would ask you to write down what you need to create or change in those areas. At least one thing you can do right now. And I actually want to, if you don't mind, just share some of what you experience and what you feel right now.
Hmm. Well, I realized that So my thing is to there's a thing I want to stop doing.
Okay.
And I before the breathing meditation was um I just lost that train of thought. Focusing on
How do you feel right now?
I feel very in my body,
Okay.
which
Good.
is nice. Less connected in my head.
Okay.
I feel slower.
Hmm.
And the important thing that came up was instead of focusing on not doing the thing, because I have an aversion to people telling me not to do something, even if it's just an inner voice.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then instead of focusing on not doing it, the advice was to focus on keeping on top of all of my self care practices.
Hmm.
So when I do this thing, I stop focusing on doing the good things that are good for me. And it's not doing the thing that's bad for me or challenging for me. It's that I lose track and lose sight of all of the positive things that I'm in a habit of doing.
Okay.
And so the advice was instead of telling myself no to the thing that I'm trying not to do, tell myself yes to all of the things that I know that are good for me. And then if I still want to do the thing, its impact is not nearly as strong.
Okay. Okay. Jeez. Um, so what action anyone else want to share what they hi Susan.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I can't get my camera to work. I'm trying
That's
my
okay.
best.
That's how are
It's
you?
weird. I'm good. Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
Annalisa, nice to meet you too. I agree with Annalisa. I feel that too. I definitely that breathing really helped. Sending the books out to do the research, and then I put them back on the bookshelf, and I take them out and I go, no, I'm going to do it now. But it that was my wiser self. Like you need to do that project. That's like you may not leave this planet until that project's done. Like that has to happen.
Right.
It was interesting. Yeah. And then how to get out of my way about that was just start writing now. Like just start.
Yeah. I mean, also with habits, to change habits, you want to start with something small. It's not like all the habits going to, I mean, many of us, most of us thinking about it's either I'm gonna get to the thing that I really want to do, the big picture, or it's all or nothing kind of thing,
Right.
where it's really about starting small with the small stuff. Like the thing that you say yes to yourself, the good thing, it can be small things that mean something that are good for you, right?
Mm. Hmm.
And you don't really have to think, oh, I have to do all these different things. It's really starting small. There's like, and the other thing is there's a rule. This is more like in behavioral coaching, actually. It's like there's a 20-80% ratio. We focus on the 80% is not really important. And the 20% is really important. Get lost in all the other stuff. So just really pay attention to, is this really important right now? Is looking at emails that do not mean anything to me is really important right now versus
Right.
doing something else.
Hmm.
Um, and
I like that.
the thing is that is really important. This is part of how I work with people these days, actually, is like actually you have to have change habits every couple hours. It's not like something to go to. You have to be in your body most of the time, because most of the time we're not,
Hmm.
we tend to go to worry, we tend to go, there is like our sabotaging factors basically taking over,
Mm,
whether it's, I don't know, there's nine type of sabotaging forces, and there is a judge basically. So a lot of time we operating from self-judgment, and unless we're actually clearing our mind or clearing or boosting that right side of the brain that is more, what is the opportunity here? We will go to things that are not good for us as well, right?
mm.
So um, it's really if you can actually somewhat remind yourself every couple hours to stop and just connect to the breath, or pay attention to how you eat, or pay attention to a sound, that will be a beginning. Um, I'm just and what we did was the wiser elder self exercise is something you actually can tap into in any given moment to get a different type of navigation in your process, basically. Um, do you have any other questions or things to share? I don't know.
I don't. I think that was really very efficient way to get there. Thank you. It was like get on this train, do this breathing, and you got there. It's really very effective.
Yeah,
I found that was a very useful tool. So
yeah.
that breathing pattern is a specific one that gets you straight to the heart of the matter. Because
We
we
did a
did,
couple of different things. So
yeah.
we did first connecting to our body, to the sensation in the body, right?
Hmm.
We Some of it was guided meditation to explore the item, and we ended with a breath pattern that is to extract clarity, basically. But you can do it as simple as stopping and just kind of connecting to your breath and just feeling the sensation around you, or feeling the weight of your body on the floor, um, things like that. I mean, so we did a couple of different things, especially these days. It's like we're so much distracted that it's hard to penetrate a focus of something that actually we changing our habits. It's really hard to change habits, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, it's really hard to change patterns. Even here's the thing with any form of connecting to the breath or meditation, it's something that needs to be done. It's like charging a battery. Even if you do it in the morning, the battery is starting to deplete, and our, you can say, our negative sense of mind start to go into old patterns and habits unless you intercept with it. And
Mm,
that's what I do. I do combination of, like, it's called positive IQ, positive intelligent, which is a program that actually gets you to change habits, but it's incremental, and you can change habits through in seven weeks. You can change habits, but it means you have to go through some. There has to be some sort of training to basically train your right brain to be more active. because as human, our left brain is the one that take over. You know, the mind that is kind of that based on fear,
Mm,
that based on danger. It's like there's the area is there's three negative thoughts are the ratio is 3 to 1. Three negative thoughts to one positive understanding. 3 to 1. That's crazy, right?
yeah.
So unless we actually boost our positive mind, we will always kind of go 2 step ahead, 3 step back. 1 step ahead, 3 step back, kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So um I mean, if you're interested, I can actually either send you some material or talk to you further about it some other time. But I mean, I will send you materials about it actually.
That would be great. I would love that. Thank you so much. You're so hitting the nail on the head.
Tell me
Exactly
more.
where I know it's exactly where I need to be. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what? You just broke it down. I did not know until you just said that it was a continuum throughout the day that you had to address the saboteur. Like, I
Yeah,
thought you get up in the morning, you meditate, good, you're good for the day. And then you like, Peter, by 2 o'clock, you're like, okay, you know
yeah.
what? No. And
That,
then
that, yeah, that was a
you,
revelation for me actually. I mean, I've been meditating for 20 years. I mean, I was like, wow, this is it. It was a game. It's a game changer.
yeah, to even just have that thought that, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk further.
great.
Okay. Well, with this, I really appreciate you guys showing up. There was a lot of people were interested, but hey,
People forgot probably because I literally opened up my computer and I said, oh my God, Akiva,
oh
gotta get
really?
on. Yes.
Uh,
Thank goodness that I was happened to be sitting here and looked up and went, oh my gosh, yes. Here we go. 10 minutes late. Sorry I was late.
well, here it is. Somebody's coming now. So,
See? You
so, so, so it's like seven. So basically, it's 7 week positive IQ foundation. That's what it is.
it's
Um,
called the 7 Week Positive IQ Foundation.
yeah,
Ah, great.
I'll send it to you. And we can talk further.
Okay, great.
Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for showing up and I will do it again. I actually feel like this time around, it's like this, especially the year we're coming into is really you need more of like that meditative side actually enhanced. Yeah.
Positive and the positive side
And the
enhanced.
positive side,
Absolutely.
absolutely. There has to be a
Yeah,
lot of injection for positivity. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's recharging those batteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time tonight. I look forward to speaking further.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Akiva, are you sending that to both of us?
Yes,
Great. Thank you.
of course. I don't know how to get out of here. Here we are.